Hi guys, this is your host and host SUHAIL, best-selling author and co-founder of the Bookmakers Literary Agency, and I welcome you to a brand new episode of Superstars with SUHAIL. And the superstar over here today with us is a man of several talents. He is a singer, he's a painter, he's a photographer, and he's a best-selling author apart from several other things. And he's a very, very dear friend of mine. And not only that, he is an author whose books traverse several genres, and we're going to know what all those books are as we go into this discussion. So without further ado, pleased to welcome on Superstars with SUHAIL, my very dear friend, Mr. Maanas Lal. Maanas, how are you?
Thank you so much for that absolutely generous introduction, Sohail bhai. I'm doing very well, and yes, I think out of all the things you said, it is our friendship which I value the most.
Absolutely.
And it's wonderful to be in conversation with a superstar like yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you, so kind of you. And I genuinely welcome you to Superstars with SUHAIL, where the questions will be sharp and the responses hopefully sharper. So just wanted to tell you that the format of our show has 13 segments, and we'll proceed with them. But you just need to keep three things in mind and promise us three things. That number one, you will be fast and quick. Number two, you will be frank and honest. And number three, nothing that comes your way shall shock you. So with those three things firmly in place, let's move to our
This
first
sounds like it's right in my alley.
Absolutely. So moving to our first segment, which is called Pehli Pehli Baar Hai. So now, Maanas, in Pehli Pehli Baar Hai, what we do is that we chronicle the 5 firsts of our authors, and you have to give us quick responses and also give us a little background about it so that our viewers get to know a little more about the answer. So without further ado, here is the first on your firsts. Your first crush.
My first crush, Madhuri Dixit.
Madhuri Dixit. All right. And when was it? Which year was it when you first had a crush on her? Or after
This
which
would be
movie?
the mid 90s when the Dhak Dhak song came out. I think
All
it made me
right.
realize that I'm more man than I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. You would be what, 3-4 years old at that point of time.
Must be, but still, it was quite a moving song in more ways than one.
Absolutely. No. You can. As all of you can see, Maanas is a man of a quiet taste. So he knew exactly what interests him when she did Dhak Dhak, and I'm sure he would have loved Choli Ke Piche even more thereafter. But very interesting. Maanas, your first salary and how did you spend it?
My first salary was from Infosys. This was back in the year 2012.
All right.
And how I spent it was I bought a sari, a Mysore sari for my mother.
Oh, so sweet.
So
What would the sum be? What was the salary?
the salary was it was actually a stipend. So the stipends were not much, around 20,000 rupees or so.
Oh, that's very good for a stipend for sure. So well done, and you got a sari. So that's amazing. Your first vehicle. I know you love driving several of them, but your first vehicle.
So the family's first vehicle will be a Maruti 800, which was, I think the number was 4242, and Lucknow vintage. So it stayed with us forever, but because my father was in an official job, we didn't go around in it much.
I think it's 4242 is still okay, considering your dad was a police officer. बस 9211 नहीं होना चाहिए था.
हाँ, या 420 भी हो जाता तो बड़ी problem हो जाती.
Absolutely. So yes, so your first car. Sorry, please continue.
So the first car, but the first one I purchased from my own money was a Duster in the year 2015.
Wonderful. I also purchased a Duster long back because a day prior my teacher had told me that there were things that she had written on the blackboard which were not getting omitted, so she asked me to get one. So that was the Duster that I bought, but definitely a huge difference between the one you purchased and the one I got for school. All right, your first literary memory or the first thing that you associate with the world of books, your earliest memory.
That would be reading Little Women by Louisa May Alcott.
All right.
And the book had a profound impact on me. And I think that is the first time a piece of art moved me so much. So that's where my love for the words began, really.
Wonderful. And which year would this have been? Or like, how old would you have been when you read it?
I was 9 or so.
All right. And
that would be the first profound memory. I have obviously read children's books
sure.
for that, but no profound memory.
Obviously. And coming to the final question of the first segment, how did the idea of your first book with the book bakers germinate. So the first book that Maanas has done with us is the highly successful, hugely successful book that Bloomsbury published. So Maanas, why don't you take us through that very quickly?
So the idea of Murder in the Bylanes came from an experience in my father's career. But let me just rewind the clock. I think the first book which I feel is my first book, but it's written by just one author, is the Barabanki Narcos. It's written by my father Alok Lal. And that idea happened because the two of us were brainstorming on a call. And you wanted me to kind of, talk to him and find out experiences from his years in the police as an IPS officer. And so we dug out that huge opium bust, and that turned out to be a very successful book. So that is where I think the roots for Murder in the Bylanes were initially. And then Murder in the Bylanes was some kind of a sequel which was a little closer to our hearts because we were able to say a lot of what we wanted to in more ways than one, in terms of socio-political tumult, the society, and it was also a thriller. So had a lot of elements. Wonderful. And I think
the love and affection, the love and affection, especially that the book received, was amazing. It's also been taken up for a visual adaptation deal. And it's been the bestseller. It's got so many Amazon reviews, and also on your second book, which was actually your first book in print. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to tell you that Maanas is also working on his own solo book, which is a fantastic book that will take you down memory lane. It's also a very pertinent book in today's day and age. We'll get to that as we move on. But thank you, Maanas, for responding very honestly to all the questions. And
thank you. But just want to add one small thing there.
Sure.
In the journey, I cannot, mention it without including the book bakers. So I must make a special mention here that because TPB happened, one got the idea that these big publishers were accessible. Because I never really thought of a Hachette or a Bloomsbury or the other publishers which we are working with, which will be revealed in due course. Because these are major publishers, and so these were distant dreams. So I'm very grateful to the agency for making that dream happen.
I always say that my work becomes simpler with Maanas around. So I remember, I must tell everyone, I remember calling up Alok uncle in the morning. It was around 10:30 when I got the news from Hachette that they were going to publish this. And I called him up and I told him that Hachette is publishing it. And so he was of course very happy about it. He said thank you Suhail, all those things. And then an hour later I got a call from him. And this time he was totally ecstatic. And he said that, Maanas told me what a major publisher Hachette is, and it's amazing, and this and that. So I always say that Maanas is my go-to man, and he makes my life very simple. But thank you for the kind words. Abhi end में भी आपसे थोड़ी हम अपनी तारीफ करवाएंगे, don't worry. But that brings me to the second segment, which is called the Rocking Rapid Fire. So Maanas, as the name suggests, I'll be asking you 10 questions and you have to respond in a very rocking and a very rapid manner. So here goes, the first of your 10. A movie you saw on the sly from your parents.
American Pie.
American Pie seems to be a favorite. I remember one other author also mentioning it. I can't recollect right now who, but there was one. An Indian female author or someone from the literary fraternity you find pretty.
I find pretty. I don't know. Romila Thapar is so old, but I still find her very attractive.
All right. That's nice. Commercial success or critical acclaim?
Commercial success.
Book launches or lit fest?
Lit fest.
Who's hotter, girl in a sari or girl in a bikini?
Sari.
Okay. An Indian actor you would like to date?
Deepika Padukone.
Right. Naughty or nice?
Naughty.
Okay. Movies or web series?
Web series.
Okay. An Indian book you wish you had written?
There are many. Those pricey Thakur.
Alright. The last one coming up, mind, body or soul, the aspect that impresses you the most.
Mind.
Alright. So some very candid answers over there, and with that we wrap up segment 2 and come to a very interesting segment which is called segment 3, Pucho to Jaane. So now, Maanas, what has happened in segment 3 is that an author from the book Bakers has asked you a question, a surprise question. and you not only have to respond to it, but you also need to tell us who asked that question. So I will be giving you three options to it, and you have to guess. And there is a three idiots connotation to it. So if you're able to answer in the first guess, you are like Rancho, Amir Khan, topper of the class. If you answer it in the second go, you are like Farhan, which is Madhwan, somewhere in the middle. And if you answer the third attempt, you are like Sharman Joshi, Raju from Three Idiots. Clearly, some place you would not like to be at, but here goes your question. It almost seems like this person who's asked the question did a mind reading, because you'll get to know when I ask this. So here is your question, and the question is Maanas. So I'll read it verbatim, even though I think the amount is quite high, but still. Maanas, say you are handed over $25,000 to spend within an evening. You can spend the money only in two ways. You can spend it either gambling at the colorful casinos of Las Vegas, trying to double or triple it, or the other choice is to take your favorite actress on a date to one of the most popular but costly restaurants in Paris. Which one would you choose and why? So firstly, if you tell us your favorite actress, I'm assuming now you'd want to take Deepika out for a date, right?
Yeah, I'll take Deepika. She's not my favorite actress, but I'll take her for a date for sure.
For a date,
She's
yeah, okay. So we are putting Deepika in that place right now. Yeah. So what would your answer be? What out of the two would you do and why?
I will take Deepika for a date to Paris because I'm not interested in gambling. Honestly, I don't like Vegas much. I've been there and I love Paris. So I'd much rather be in Paris. Even if the date doesn't go well, I'll have so much to do. And I'll still have some part of the 15 lakhs, which is I think what will roughly translate to left with me. So, or maybe 20 lakhs or so. So I'll make use of it in one way or the other. And I'm sure the date will be wonderful. And if that is the kind of amount I have, maybe I'll dine in a fine dining place very close to the Louvre with the pyramid in the background. It'll be a good place to put out a proposal for. Someone might say yes.
Someone might say yes, and hopefully Deepika will come along with you. So here's to a good answer, very honest, frank answer. I like the fact how you calculated very quickly what the amount would be in INR. Okay, so here goes. Now you have to tell me who asked you this question. So I'll give you three options and you have to choose.
Yeah.
So has this question been asked by Ashisha Chakrabarti? Has this question been asked by Sitaram Jayakumar? Or has this question been asked by Rashima Varma?
Ashisha.
That is absolutely wrong. Ashisha has not asked that question. So, Sitaram or Rashima?
Rashima.
Heartiest congratulations, Maanas, for becoming Raju of the class, because that was asked by Sitaram Jayakumar. Alright, so.
Yay! Raju ban gaya gentleman.
So that is indeed.
Oh dear God.
Sitaram asked that very interesting, fun question, and it was good.
Okay, so, I was not expecting that from Jay, so I've always had this very different image of Jay. I thought he'll ask me.
That is the twist. That's the trick. So we also study really our author's mind, and we see who they would want. Over there.
He's read through my mind, body, and soul. He is completely.
All right, well done. So now coming back to segment 4. Segment 4 is a new segment which is called Best and the Worst. So, Maanas, in segment 4, I'll ask you a few of your favorite things and a few things that you totally despise. So, here goes. Your favorite dish?
My favorite dish is biryani.
Okay. Any particular biryani? There's so many varieties now.
Moradabadi chicken biryani.
Okay. The yuckiest dish you've ever had?
Oh, that would be omelette made in coconut oil.
Okay. Your favorite film? Your favorite film?
Schindler's List.
Okay. The worst movie you've ever seen?
I think Deshdrohi, perhaps, with Kamal R. Khan.
Okay. Your favorite actor? I know it, but please tell us.
Shah Rukh Khan.
The best film and the worst film of your favorite actor?
My favorite film of Shah Rukh's would be Chak De India.
Okay.
And least favorite would be Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman.
Okay, Raju, that's why Raju has a connotation. Raju always comes last, whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
Either there or here. Okay. Your favorite song?
My favorite song, and that's a tough one. I'll go with Jhumru. I love that song by Kishore Kumar.
Absolutely. It's a song you sing also very well. A hit or a popular song that you don't like or didn't like?
Most Arijit songs I don't like.
Fair enough.
Long list.
Okay. Your least favorite actor?
For the longest time, and for whatever reason, it was Manoj Vajpayee. But I've started developing a fondness for him of late. So currently, perhaps it would be Kamal R. Khan again. I just can't.
Safe option. Worst movie of your least favorite actor? So again, that is Deshdrohi now, because it is your worst all-time favorite, and actually
I haven't seen any other film of his, so that's the only option I have.
I think he did a cameo in Ek Villain, so I think he had a minor role over there. But yes, okay, fair enough. So that brings an end to segment number 4 and brings us to a very interesting segment called segment 5, which is called Dimag Ka Dahi. So in Dimag Ka Dahi, Maanas, what I'll be asking you would be a brain teaser, and you just have to tell me, what the response to it would be. So very, very simple. So here goes your question. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Michael J. Fox has a small one. Madonna doesn't have one. And the Pope doesn't need one. What? Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Madonna?
A wife, and tall wife, long wife, long marital history.
The answer is a surname. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one.
Okay.
Michael J. Fox has a small one. Madonna doesn't have one, and the Pope doesn't need one. So it's a surname.
You know where my mind was going.
I know.
The Pope doesn't need one had me, because I'm pretty sure things are a little different from what we know.
Okay, not getting into any controversy, yeah. But okay, so we are probably in time to ask you maybe one more question, and let's see what that does. Okay, so here's another one for you. Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Okay, Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Every son had one wife, one son, and one sister. How many people were there in the family? Simple. Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Every son had one wife, one son, and one sister. How many people were there in the family? Chan Wong, Chin Wong had 3 sons. Each son had one wife, one son, one sister.
11.
Okay, and how did you come to that number? It's not right. But how did you come to that number?
No, I mean, so the parents, 3 brothers,
5.
Wives.
And each one of them has one wife, one son, one sister.
Yeah. So 3 there, 3 children.
Yeah. 6.
6. 3 wives.
3 wives. One wife, one son, one sister each. So that makes it 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 3, 11. And
okay, no, it's calculated 1 sister. So yeah, 1 sister for everybody. So that's all I did.
So it's 12. So you were close.
Oh, it's 12.
Very close. It's 12.
Yeah.
Very close. I think that 1 sister remained. So you were on the right track. But I think the 1 sister
I was on
remained.
the right track.
Yeah, you were on the right track. So well done. Very, very close. At least your thought process was correct. So great job over there.
Thank you.
Which brings me to segment 6, which is called Never Have I Ever. So Maanas, in Never Have I Ever, you know the drill. Only thing different would be that you need to show us your 10 fingers. And with everything that you've done, you just need to put a finger down. And in case you haven't done something, you let me know. I'll move to the next question. Alright?
Do I have the option to drink coffee if I, want to bail out on a question?
Not really. But I'm sure they are harmless questions, very fun questions. So you'll enjoy it. So here we go. Maanas, never have I ever stolen in a shop. If you've not,
Never.
you tell me. Then I'll move to the next one. So that's
Never.
all.
Never.
Okay. Beaten someone from the opposite gender.
Never.
Kissed someone from the same gender.
Never. Kissed, yeah, kissed on the cheek, so that qualifies. Yeah.
Okay. Made an excuse to not pay the restaurant bill.
Never.
Stalked the profile of an ex.
Oh yes, all the time.
Okay. Got drunk at a party.
No, never.
Okay. Had naughty thoughts about an office colleague.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Kissed in public.
Yes.
Okay. Used a pickup line to impress someone.
Oh yes, absolutely. One hand down.
Yeah, good. Lied about your actual location to someone.
Yes.
Okay, so that's done. 6 on 10, not bad, Maanas. I think
Not bad.
when we started off, you were 0 on 2, and then in the last 8 you got 6. So that's good. Some very interesting things done in life and very candid responses once again. So well done over there. And with the segment number 6 done, it brings me to my personal favorite, which is segment 7, Main Hoon Kaun. So now, Maanas, in Main Hoon Kaun, I would be giving you clues about a certain personality, and I'll be giving you 3 clues actually. So if you're able to guess the personality in the first or the second clue, you receive a benefit for one of the forthcoming rounds. But if you respond incorrectly, you will also get a penalty. So if you don't know, you can ask me to pass, and I'll go to the next clue. In the third chance, however, you can take a wild guess. There are no penalties, but no benefits either. All right. So here we go. The first clue about your personality is: born as one of the 5 children to my parents. I funnily also married 5 times, including the same woman twice over.
Is it Kishore Kumar?
No, it isn't. Okay.
Okay.
But I'll tell you. Okay. So anyhow, chalo, aate hain uspe. Second is, after having, so just to put you on the right track, it's an international personality. Okay, it's an international.
Okay.
personality. After having quit acting for direction and writing, I made a return to it because one of the cast members of a film was injured in a kitchen mishap, and I was asked to fill in. Little realizing that it would give a new dimension to my acting career, and funnily even collaborate on most occasions with the actor I replaced. So
My God.
after having quit acting for writing and direction, I made a return to acting because one of the actors had a kitchen mishap and I had to replace him. Funnily,
I'll have to pass on that one. I'll have to
Okay.
pass on that one.
all right. And the third clue is born as
The penalty is.
बाद में ऐसी कोई मेजर नहीं है, don't worry. Third is born as Arthur S. Jefferson. I was recruited for the First World War but never sent due to my status as a resident alien and because of deafness as an exception.
My God. You will have to tell me this. I
Okay.
am pretty much. out.
So the gentleman is Arthur S. Jefferson, as you know, and S
Oh wait.
stands
Wait. Yeah. Okay. No. I. Is it Stan Laurel?
Stan Laurel it is, but that is right. So Stan Laurel, the better half of Laurel and Hardy, and I asked you
Hardy.
that question because you have done a book on the trail of Laurel and Hardy, and interestingly,
Shut down more.
Hardy was the actor he replaced in a movie. You know, when he had given up
Quite
acting,
unbelievable. Quite unbelievable.
and then both of them went on to, do some much celebrated work together. So on the trail of Laurel and Hardy is a new book that is going to come your way very soon, which has been authored by Maanas and his father as well. So do look out for it. It's just out. So obviously when this video is telecast, it would have probably been quite a few months. But as of now, on the day of our interview, it's just out on pre-order. So make sure that you grab your copy. Even if you're hearing this much later from its release, please go ahead and buy it. So all right, which brings me to segment 8.
Wonderful way to plug it. Wonderful way to plug it. Thank you.
Yeah. So segment 8 is Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost. So picture abhi baki hai mere dost has a fun segment where we want you to basically tell us that if we were to make a movie version of your book, who would you want to cast? So I'll give you the option. Since Barabanki is already in the works, I thought we could talk about the second book and discuss who would play your father's role, and who would play the role of the politician who was slain.
So just to be clear, are we adapting this for the big screen or are we doing it for
irrespective?
OTT?
You have a full hand for a movie. For a movie.
For a big screen. Okay.
Yes. So who would be who would be the protagonist, who would be the person who was slain, and if there is any female who was of major interest in the story, what would you choice?
So the protagonist for me would be
The dad's role.
Even though they don't look similar,
That's okay.
but I would love to have Vicky Kaushal in that role. I think he'll look very smart.
Okay.
And
For the politician.
The politician Nawaz would be ideal.
All right. And one of the ladies who played a pivotal role in the story.
So my mother's role, for instance, can go to Deepika. Why not?
Deepika. All right, interesting. Vicky Kaushal, Deepika, and Nawaz. It's a good cast.
Other major female character in the story who plays the seductress in the story. I think even at this age, somebody like Rekha ji would do it brilliantly. So why not?
So great cast. So what I'll do is, but that's your wish list. That's not how things work in our part of the world. So how they work is that Maanas, we've created these two chit boxes, and in one there are names of male actors, and in the other of female actresses. I'll be swirling this, and you have to ask me to stop. Once you ask me to do that, I'll be picking out 3 chits, and then you have to tell me which number. So whatever is the number, that is the actor we get, and let's see what cast we get. So we'll start off first with the protagonist, your dad's role. So let me know.
Stop.
Okay, that is 1. That is 2, and that is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Which one?
2.
Okay. 1 and 2. Now we move to the politician. So you let me know.
Let's keep the rumble on, for a while. Yeah, stop. Stop.
Okay, so that's 1. Okay, that is 2. Oh, that had a 3 in it. Okay, that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Which one?
3.
Okay, we'll see who it is later on. We'll come to the ladies now.
I'm sure it will make a very interesting cast.
Yes, this is for your mother's role.
And we stop. Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Which one?
I'll go with 1 this time.
Okay, go with 1. And for the seductress.
Stop.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Which one?
2.
Okay. So our cast is done. Let me take a look. Okay, let's see. It's a good cast. Okay, so your cast is like this. It's a good cast. Your dad's role would be played by Pankaj Tripathi. Okay.
Not bad. Yeah.
Okay. Pankaj Tripathi will play your dad's role.
He's a very good actor.
Yes. So the role of the politician would be played by Rajkumar Rao. All right.
Okay.
Your mom's role will be played by Mallika Sherawat.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Mother is trying to kill me.
And the role of the seductress is going to be played by Disha Patni. So interesting cast. Maybe the roles. Yes, exactly. The roles should be swapped ideally, but nonetheless. So Pankaj Tripathi, Rajkumar Rao, and Disha Patni, and Malika Sherawat. So that is
Not
pretty
bad, not as bad as I was expecting it to be. It's okay, still fine. Works.
Absolutely, absolutely. So moving on and coming to the next segment, which is called "What Would You Do?" So we have 10 minutes remaining. Let's do it very quickly. So Maanas, in "What Would You Do?" I'll be asking you 10 questions, and you have to tell me, well, what would you do if you woke up as Bobby Darling?
I would be happy, and I'll enjoy the new phase of life.
I thought you'd say I'd be happy and gay. All right. If Urfi Javed was your fashion designer?
I'll certainly up my game. I quite like what she's doing. I like experimenters.
Great. If you were the Prime Minister for a day?
I could have given a very controversial answer, but I'll pass a bill on limiting delimitation.
Okay. If Arjun Kapoor approached you to act as you in your biopic, what would you say?
No.
Plain and simple. That's a good choice. If you had the power of invisibility?
I would perhaps sneak into places where there are artists getting together and talking about creating new stuff.
All right.
Because that's what really floats my boat.
Okay. If your cell phone fell into the toilet?
If
your cell phone fell into the toilet?
I'll retrieve it.
Okay.
It's okay to sometimes clean toilets. It's absolutely fine.
All right. If God came in front of you?
I'll be like, oh hey, I didn't believe in you for the longest time, but good to see you, man.
All right. If you were swimming and someone stole your clothes?
Then I'll walk around the way I am without clothes. I think it'll make a pretty...
Or probably you'll take help from Urfi Javed over there, because that's when she'll come more handy.
No, why take help? Why take help when you have this chance and the reasons to do it?
Okay. If you found yourself inside the Big Boss house?
Oh, I'll make sure I win.
Okay, that's the spirit. If someone changed your gender?
Then I'll embrace the new gender and the challenges that come with it.
All right, and it's very simple. You can just start calling yourself Mansi in that case. So
Fancy, yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can put me somewhere in the spectrum and I can enjoy that part of life also. Who knows?
All right. So that brings us to segment 10, which is called "What Next?" So Maanas, in "What Next?" very quickly, in 30 seconds, you need to tell us what is the next thing that you're working on, and by when can the audience, expect it out.
So after this book, On the Trail of Laurel and Hardy, is out, which is in early June, there are a couple of other books in the pipeline, and I don't know if I'm at liberty to say, but I can certainly talk about my solo book, which is on bullying. So that will be out soon. And there's one more book. It's a very exciting book about an extradition, which again we're doing together.
Perfect.
So that should also be out soon.
Yes, there are many. I think there are 4 or 5 books in the pipeline. So a lot of exciting things for our readers in store. So please watch out for it. And that brings me to segment 11, which is called Joke Time. So Maanas, in Joke Time, as the name suggests, you have to either tell us a joke or you have to narrate a very funny anecdote from your life. Come on.
Okay,
6 minutes.
so
6 minutes remaining. 6 minutes remaining on the clock.
So I'll not name the person, but let's just say his name is Amulya. So my friend Amulya he invited me for his reception, and Amulya was also with me in school, and we had 2 other close friends, Aman and Apoor. So the 3 of us, Aman, Apoor and myself, we were to go for Amulya's reception in this hotel called Lalit in Dehradun. So on the day of the reception, when we reached the hotel, we learned that there was no cocktail taking place there, and we had to go elsewhere. So it was a cocktail function. Sorry, I'll just correct it. Yeah, so it was a cocktail, and so the hotel said no, we have no booking. So then we called Amulya. Amulya said, it's not exactly at Lalit. There is a lane in front of Lalit. So just drive into that very narrow lane. And Aman was driving a brand new Honda City. So he said, "There's no way I'm getting into this lane. I'm parking my car here." So the three of us absolutely suited up and ready to go to a wedding, at least one function of the wedding. Got into the lane, a dark, very dingy kind of lane. I think it was, the nether region of Dehradun, the Badnaam Galiyan, as they say. But anyways, and then the three of us were completely fully dressed in blingy clothes, and with a few women around making advances. But we managed to make it through that lane. And when we reached this gate where he had called us, he said, "Yeah, I'm just sending somebody to receive you." So this mutual friend Dhawal, he was there at the gate. He called us in, and we go in and we see this two-storied building. We enter. The entire ground floor had feathers of chicken on the floor. Apparently, it was a slaughterhouse which they had hired for this cocktail, and there were only feathers all over.
But fair enough, fair enough. It is a cocktail, so they must have got some cocks and butchered them over there. So
exactly. So they took it very literally, and they wanted that atmosphere. And Dhawal, incidentally, so we were all in ties and suits and everything, and Dhawal was wearing a sweatshirt and shorts. So that was our first introduction to this function, a cocktail function. Then we went upstairs, met the doula. The doula says, "यार sorry, drinks तो खत्म हो गई और खाना भी खत्म हो गया, लेकिन अच्छा हुआ तुम लोग आ गए." So it was one of the weirdest and in hindsight funniest experiences of my life. But we were starved, we couldn't believe it, so we almost immediately left. It was also a great insult we felt to our sensibilities.
Okay.
They invited us to this
very strange, yeah, very memorable though. But okay, so we have 2 segments left, 3 minutes on the clock. Let's try to do it as fast as possible. Segment 12, which is the penultimate segment. It is called Zaban Sambhal Ke. So Maanas, in Zaban Sambhal Ke, we'll give you a choice to choose from 6 tongue twisters. You have to choose any one randomly, and then you have to say it 5 times, but give an incorrect answer, so you're liable for a penalty. But we'll see whether I'm in the mood to penalize you or not right now, because we're short on time. So 1 to 6, or maybe you can say it 10 times. Okay, fair enough. But which one would you like to choose? 1 to 6, any number, and I'll tell you which number it is. Or what the
4.
tongue twister is. 4?
4.
Okay. The tongue twister number 4 is तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया.
तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के तेल में तल गया. तोला राम ताला तोल के
Done. 10. Well done, Maanas. Good job. Well done. That's a great attempt, and you got it right, bang on. Well done. And that brings me to the final segment. We still have a minute left, so hopefully we'll be able to wrap it up. Final segment is segment 13, which is called TBB Shoutout. So Maanas, in TBB Shoutout, you need to tell us, what has your experience been like working with the bookmakers, and what do you make out of our show, Superstars with SUHAIL?
So first on the show, I'm very glad this initiative has been taken up, and I'm sure a lot of very talented people, authors with TBB, will get an even wider platform and will reach a wider audience through this platform. And I think they completely deserve it, because we are, if I may say so myself, the TBB bunch is a very talented bunch of people. Coming to my experience with the bookmakers, one word is game changing, the other is life changing. I think where my life is at currently, I'm in a much better space because the bookmakers have represented my books so beautifully. They've got me the right publishers, they have believed in me, and they've given me the motivation to keep writing and to get better at my craft.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maanas. It's always been a pleasure working with you, and we hope to do that on several more books like we are doing. And thank you for a very interesting and engaging conversation. So I'd like to thank our viewers, and I'll be back with another fresh episode of Superstars with Suhail. But till then, this is Suhail Mathur and Maanas Lal signing off. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.